Poor woman. She had her dress cowardly ripped off by this man who was walking up the escalator. She gets scared and her friend doesn't seem to care and walks off ahead of her. She asks her friend for help, but it is in vain. The friend asks what she wants and she says that since that man has left her without a dress, she could lend her his blouse. The friend says she doesn't care if she has lost her dress, which makes the girl clearly upset. "You're my friend, you can't leave me like this," she says. "I can't help you, because I have a job interview. What I can do is give you these coins," says her friend, throwing them on the floor. How mean. She wishes him good luck and leaves. Two men observe the situation and this boy in the yellow shirt, who is handicapped, takes his crutch and decides to approach the girl. On the way, he approaches this clothing salesman and takes a t-shirt, promising to pay him right away. "Miss, put this on," he tells the girl, helping her to get dressed. "Who are you?" she asks and he introduces himself, saying his name is Patrick. He asks her name and she says it is Anna. He then says that she is already covered, but that she is missing something, removing her belt. She watches him carefully and he hands her the belt and directs her to put it on. She thanks him, but regrets that she has a job interview to go to and won't be able to go this way. I can hardly believe it, the two of them going to the interview together. He asks where the interview is and she says it is a construction site. He replies that he will also attend this interview. She says she can't go that way, but he says the most important thing is to try. She asks why he is helping her and he tells her that he saw what happened to her and that they already reached out to him during a difficult time, so he just wants to do the same. She then agrees to go with her to the interview. "Well, gentlemen, it looks like the other candidates will not be attending," says this man, and there they are, the friend and the man who pulled the woman's dress. And before he can start, the girl interrupts him. "Wait, we are here. I had a problem with my dress, but Patrick helped me. Forgive us for being late," she says, and the interviewer replies, "All right, let's get started." The girl recognizes the man who ripped off her dress and is furious. He laughs and dismissively says he doesn't know what she is talking about. The woman realizes that the whole thing was a plan to get her out of the competition and can hardly believe that her friend was involved. "I am not your friend. At work, there are no rules and you don't have the competence, you can't get the job," says the friend. She gets stressed, but her new friend reassures her, saying that now she needs to concentrate on the test. The interviewer returns with 2 bags and says, "Gentlemen, for the first phase, you need to calculate the exact weight of these sandbags. The test will be in pairs and you will choose your pairs." The friend does not hesitate to choose the man who is not handicapped and the woman says that they could do it together. And he says that everything will be fine, so the test begins. The man insists that he get the bag and the woman asks how much he thinks he has. On the other side, the woman is trying to get the bag, but the man interrupts her and keeps touching the bag. She asks what he is doing and he doesn't answer. On the other side, the man says that it is 15 kilos, for sure. The woman doubts him, but he assures her that she can trust him. The handicapped man starts doing a lot of math and concludes that the bag weighs 22 kilos and the girl wants to know how he knows this if he hasn't even picked up the bag. He says it's simple. Math. The interviewer interrupts them, saying that time is up. The woman despairs and the man asks them to share the results. The friend says, very convinced, that it is 15 kilos and the man confirms the information. Very insecurely, the girl says, "According to my companion's calculations, the sandbag weighs approximately 22 kilos. Miss, you are right. That is exactly the weight," says the interviewer, and the woman jumps for joy, thanking and congratulating her companion. "Didn't I say? You can trust me," says the boy, and she says he did a great job. "Gentlemen, let's go to the next stage. Come with me, please," says the engineer. And so they do. "You are useless. How come a handicapped person got it right and you didn't?" says the mean friend, and the boy answers aggressively that at least he tried, unlike her, who did nothing. I thought you were a little bit smarter, but I've seen that you're useless, she says, and he says that by acting this way she will do everything by herself from now on. He continues towards the exam and she angrily does the same thing. The interviewer says, "Gentlemen, in this second test, you will use your intellectual and now, with a different partner." And the friend doesn't hesitate to say that her new partner will be Patrick, which causes the girl to be astonished. "But he is my double," she says, but the friend refutes, "But I chose him first." The interviewer says that she has no choice but to stay with the other boy. "You and I will make a great duo," the woman says, and the man congratulates her for changing her attitude. She thanks him and he says, "You're welcome." The other pair still haven't exchanged a word, until the interviewer comes in and says, "Well, I have some news, the partner you have chosen will now be your opponent." The blonde can hardly believe it, and the interviewer reaffirms that these will be the rules. And then he starts handing out the proofs to the candidates. When opening the exams, the woman looks very frustrated and the man wants to know what happened. She says that it is very difficult and that she will have no chance competing with him. He says that she needs to trust herself, but she is very hopeless. He insists that it's just a test and that if she doesn't pass, it's okay, but that she needs to try. She takes another look at the test and he says he will help her interpret the questions. The girl looks indignantly at what is happening, because the woman doesn't deserve this. "Why are you helping me?" she asks herself, and he says that once in a while we all need a little push to keep us going. She thanks him and they continue taking the test. Patrick finishes his test and asks the woman if she can hold his test while he goes to the bathroom. "Yes, of course." She replies, with a mischievous look. I can't believe she's going to do that. He leaves and she immediately switches the proofs. The woman sees what has happened and asks the man, "Did you see what she did?" and he says he doesn't care. She becomes indignant, but he proceeds to do his proof. "You are a cheat. I don't know how you can do this to the guy after he was nice to you and helped you," says the girl, but her friend tells her to stay out of it and keep quiet. The woman doesn't accept, but she says that he wouldn't get the job anyway, because he is handicapped, so she is doing him a favor. The woman gets upset and says that she could talk to him that way, but the blonde doesn't care and still says that at least the man is on her side. But the man says that he's not on anyone's side, and the woman says she can't stand it anymore and gets up and puts her proof on the chair. At this moment the interviewer comes and says, "Enough. I've heard everything you've said, and as the construction manager, I've already made a decision," says the young man, and they are shocked to learn that he is the manager. So he asks the engineer to come in and then Patrick comes in. "Oh, my God. What do you mean?" This was all his idea, to choose the best person for the job. The manager then announces that they have already decided who this person is. A person who has values such as loyalty and good teamwork. Without relationships, the human experience of life as we know it cannot exist. Relationships are of course complicated and have many elements, but there is one element that glues it all together. That fundamental element is trust. How do you build trust in your relationships, including your relationship with yourself? Live your life with these two values, honesty and integrity. Honesty, be true to others in all that you do. Integrity, be true to yourself in all that you do. Of course, you can have varied definitions of these terms, but let's work with these basic definitions for now. Why are these values so damn important? Firstly, the greatest success in life is being happy with yourself. If integrity is absent from your life, you cannot be happy with yourself. Sure, you can still pursue pleasure, but you will be blocking yourself from any real significant fulfillment. If honesty is absent, you will have to lie to yourself to be able to come comfortably to terms with your own actions. And the minute you lie to yourself, you violate your integrity, and in the process block yourself from true happiness and fulfillment. If you cannot be honest with people, you cannot develop long-term meaningful relationships with them, because there is no trust. If you are not honest with yourself, you violate your own values, you will have difficulty trusting yourself. You will eventually become overwhelmed with doubt, and with good reason. Authenticity in your business is impossible without honesty and integrity in your life. Especially if you are building a business or a brand online, your moral values and the way you live your life will tie directly into the outcomes of your business. If you think that taking a shortcut and sacrificing your integrity will somehow get you more money and success or more fun and pleasure, think again. You're probably thinking short-term. In the long term, violating trust with others or with yourself is the surest way to failure. Also, remember to never confuse pleasure with happiness, they are very different terms and values. Of course, your values and the meanings you attach to honesty and integrity can be different from mine, but regardless of how you define these values, I strongly urge you to take a serious look at how you apply these values in your life, your business, and your relationships. Short-term results may be deceiving. Think about the life you want to create, the person you want to become. Then the manager announces that the position will go to the girl in the dress, which annoys the man, because, according to him, they haven't even looked at the proofs. The manager says that they don't care about numbers, they care about the integrity of their employees. The man leaves, disappointed that he didn't get what he wanted, and the woman asks if she really won't get a chance. The manager says that they would give her a chance, but after what she did, there is no way that will happen. Regretfully, you have lost the opportunity to show that you could be a better person, says the manager, and with no words, she leaves. Anna, this belongs to you, says the manager, handing the girl her new badge. Thank you very much, she says, and the manager congratulates her on her achievement. Thank you for trusting me, she completes, and the manager says, welcome to the team. Then the manager says, engineer, please show her where her office will be, and the manager doesn't hesitate to agree. Humility is an underrated quality that isn't touched upon often. It is something mentioned heavily in religious texts, and it may seem a little old-fashioned, but it's a quality that is wholly necessary for this day and age. Humility is in fact one of the most powerful and important attributes of growth, both in and out of the ring. Being humble helps to build trust and facilitates learning, which are key aspects of leadership and personal development. Humility is an asset for self-improvement. By living a humble life, you recognize the areas of your life that need work. If your coach suggests changing a technique to aid your performance in the ring, you must accept that your current technique may not be the best suited for your goals. That comes with letting go of your preconceived notions and trusting your coach. Only with humility and emotional intelligence can you allow these encounters to fuel your growth and coachability. Sometime later, she is taken by surprise by this boy, who says he doesn't have the money to go to his job interview and asks her for help. She doesn't say she will help him and asks him to get in the car. When they arrive, he thanks her and the boy asks why she took him, even though she doesn't know him. She answers, well, it's because one day, a man helped me without knowing me and without asking anything in return, and thanks to him, today I am where I am, and the boy thanks her again and goes on his way. What did you think about this video? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to like it and share it.